Welcome to Punch Up. This is a quick review of the MacBook Air M2 15-inch, a brand new larger version of the MacBook Air. The MacBook Air M2 15-inch base unit includes the M2 chip with the 8-core CPU and 10-core GPU, along with a 15.3-inch liquid retina display. When you first open up the MacBook Air M2 15-inch, you notice the great new 15.3-inch LED backlit display. It has a resolution of 2880 by 1864, so everything is very sharp, and goes up to 500 nits of brightness for extra clarity. Overall usage between productivity and entertainment is very quick thanks to the M2 chip. The base model includes an 8-core CPU and 10-core GPU. The GPU has 2 extra cores that the 13-inch base model does not have, and that means that you can run games at a higher fidelity on this 15-inch unit. On the side of the MacBook Air M2 15-inch is a MagSafe charger and 2 USB-C Thunderbolt ports. Also included is a Magic Keyboard, which is very well built and features nice responsive keys and a great trackpad. On the upper right is a Touch ID fingerprint sensor for easy logins and Apple Pay payments online. At the top of the screen is a 1080p FaceTime camera. It still has a notch, it doesn't look good, but it gets the job done. The new MacBook Air includes a color matching nylon charging cable, and the M2 base model includes the 35-watt dual USB-C port power adapter. MagSafe charging is really easy to use. It just snaps right in, and it's orange while it's charging, and it turns green when it's fully charged. Overall usage of the MacBook Air M2 15-inch base model is really good whether you are streaming or doing some video editing or going through maps. You can open up a ton of windows and a ton of tabs, and it never slows down. So it's just an easy, quick productivity entertainment machine for you to have. Combined with that 18-hour battery life, you are sure to get a lot of usage out of it without even charging it once. Also impressive is the new 6-speaker sound system. The 13-inch base model included a 4-speaker sound system. This adds 2 extra speakers, and you can really tell that it feels robust and full of depth while you're watching movies, and it's a nice bonus to have for gaming as well. Speaking of gaming, we ran a test of Resident Evil Village on this MacBook Air M2 15-inch base model, which has a 10-core GPU. And the results are really good. It kept at around 60 FPS, and as you can see, the textures are all clear. It has great fidelity all around. And of course, this version of Resident Evil was programmed natively to Apple Silicon, which means that it's taking full advantage of what the M2 has to offer. And hopefully more games will come out programmed natively to Apple Silicon. Recently, Death Stranding was announced. So we'll see more of these games available to take use of the Apple Silicon found in these new M2 MacBook Airs, and you'll be playing more games at a higher fidelity with a long battery life. Unfortunately, the MacBook Air M2 15-inch base model includes a single 256GB SSD NAND chip, which means that it is slower for file transfers compared to the old M1 units, which had dual NAND chips. And along with that, if you are doing a sustained workload on this machine, it can slow down because it will throttle the M2 back. And in our tests, the back-to-back exports on Final Cut Pro could take almost twice as long. At $200 more than the 13-inch model, the MacBook Air M2 15-inch is a better value than the 13-inch model. You get a larger screen, 2 extra GPU cores, and a upgraded power adapter. There are a few drawbacks here and there, and at $1299 it is still kind of expensive, and you may want to go back and look at the MacBook Air M1, which can be had for as low as $799. So for more videos, subscribe, and for more news and reviews, head to news.punchjump.com.